Ladies and gentlemen, Two Dudes Talk Music in conjunction with E. Brown Industries and Big Jerry Burger brings to you everybody's new favourite game show, Get in the Bin. Now, let's go to our host, Reverend Raph and the beer buddy, Kyle. Welcome, one and all, back to the Two Dudes Talk Music YouTube channel. I am the Reverend Raph, joined once again by my good friend Kyle, aka the Beer Buddy, and our new friends Bruno and Enrique from All Against, all the way from Lisbon, Portugal. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us once again. Now, it is time for everybody's favorite game show, Get in the Bin. Now, the whole point here is, look, you guys have been doing music for a while. You've been in and around it for quite a while, for many years now. And we go through the music business and we do what we have to do, but there's a lot of stuff that gets under our skin. It gets really annoying and we wish we didn't have to deal with it, right?
We don't like it.
The whole purpose of Get in the Bin is if you guys had phenomenal cosmic power and could snap your fingers and eliminate 3 things each from the music business, what would they be and why? They can be big or small. They can be things that are personal to you or that you think would be for the betterment of the industry as a whole. Whoever wants to go first, please feel free to step up and give us your first thing that you would eliminate from the music business.
Well, I can start.
That's a nice one. You can start. Let me think about. Yeah,
I can start
because there are too many. I have to.
You got to narrow it down.
Let me start on that one. Well, first, all streaming platforms.
Yep.
All
Agreed.
Streaming platforms.
They've damaged the industry in an irreparable way. Yeah. It would just be. The problem is now. Like, I think if you could remove them from ever having existed, I think would be good. If they just vanished today, and that everyone just suddenly lost the ability for streaming, it would not go back to how it was, which is the problem. Like, it's just damaged people's brains.
I
remember
as soon as anyone has to spend $30 for the next album, you're going to watch them like defending that shit till the cows come home.
Man, I remember not having streaming platforms, and everybody was happy, and everybody was listening to music. So the world didn't stop back then, and it will not stop now. So any streaming platform.
It's damaged people's minds though when it comes to music.
Yeah.
People don't think music has value anymore.
You consume song by song. Before, I remember with the tapes, man, you just open it and you have inside the flyer with the songs, and you just listen the hell out of it.
Mm-hmm.
The tapes, the records, the vinyl, and even the CDs are not as the same. Doesn't have the same feeling, but also. Any streaming platform for me just damaged the song industry and damaged the musicians. You can say, but your song and your music gets streamed worldwide and anybody can search for it. That's true, but for people to search for it, they need to know the band.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So, how do they know the band?
Oh, unless you got awesome people like us. You don't.
Yeah, but that's true. But that's true. Also, the streaming platform for me, it's something that for me, it's to put it in the bin.
I agree.
Lookalike bands, put it in the bin.
Yeah, tribute bands.
Bands. That's fair enough.
Put it in the bin.
It's very fair.
Man.
I mean,
it's valid.
It is valid, and I can see where the issues come about. I can.
You know what? There should be a rule. At least wait until they pass to the other side or something.
If the band's not active anymore,
or if they're at least broken up.
But the issue here in the end is something like, do you think that the house or anything they are paying royalties to the original band?
Well, I don't know how that works.
Look, I've played in a couple of tribute bands. Like I did a couple of Korn tribute sets. You know, not as like an ongoing thing, just as like a sort of one or two shows just for some fun. There's no royalties going to the other guys or anything. So it's
Okay.
When we did our first album, we signed with the Portuguese SPA, that the Society of the Portuguese Authors. Okay,
Mhm.
so they look like for royalties and
So like our
the
APRA.
copyright
Yeah.
song. Okay, and we went to do a concert, and the guy on the venue asked me for 60 euros or 70 euros, and I was like, but for what? This is because of the documents that need to be sent to SPA. And I was like, but the songs are ours. We are not playing songs from another band. But you still need to pay.
Yeah.
Mm,
Oh,
that's
Yeah.
that's ridiculous. That's
that's a
crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
hustle.
I mean,
That's a
look,
So,
hustle.
venues in Australia do have to pay to the Australian, like there's licensing board in Australia
yeah.
to have, music and things like that. But that's just considered a part of their cost of doing business. You know what I mean? It's not sort of
Yeah.
something that's, well, I mean, maybe it is passed on to the bands when the bands have to pay to play there, but it's just not specified that that's part of what it is. You
Yeah.
know?
But honestly, I don't think that any band that it's covering or doing songs from other bands, that money is going to pay any revenues or any fees to the original band. Sorry,
Ooh,
Mm.
I don't
no,
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
Mm.
I don't think
agreed.
so.
No, hey,
No.
that's
So,
And you,
it's your
man,
picks. It's your picks.
for
So, you know.
for me, you're stealing other body's stuff and doing and making money with somebody else's work.
Yeah, that's
Doesn't
pretty
matter if
fucked
it's
up.
music.
Mm.
Doesn't matter if it's music or anything. It's something that it's not really. So for me, bin.
Bin.
And the third one, well, if I want, if I wanted to be honest, but no, otherwise people that will listen will say something. Oh, those fuckers! No,
Hey, you can be honest. This is your list. You get to pick them.
man, I think that when we say that there's a lot of bands, there's also a lot of shitty bands, and sometimes I think that we should have like a music police saying, "Dude, no, that's not good enough. Go back home. Go back home." And I'm not saying no. Like I said, I'm not saying that just to say that my music is better than yours. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that I'm better than anyone. But first. I'm my first critic. Okay, so when I'm doing something, I listen to it several times before I even send to those guys for them to listen. So I think that if we have also a little bit of self-control and self-criticism and say that this is not good,
Maybe,
because
yeah, what
Yeah.
you're saying, be a bit more self-aware and master your craft.
Mm.
yeah, because dude, we have a lot of people that put stuff out here, and even before putting stuff, it's like, guys, yeah, this will be the last cracker on the package. It's
Yeah.
something we say here in Portugal. It's like this is the last Coca-Cola in the fucking desert, and then you just start to listen and it say, dude, all this
Sometimes
shit
this
for
is a problem,
this.
though, mate. You should never ask your friends.
Yeah.
That's the point, because your
Yeah.
friends will
yeah,
tell you,
yeah,
dude, this is really good, this is amazing. But if you are
yeah.
a real friend, then you will say, dude, this is shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey,
Yep.
I've had musician friends ask me my opinion on their stuff, and I've been honest about it, and I've been polite in how I've provided my
Of
feedback on it,
course.
and they got really upset. And I'm like, well, then you didn't want my opinion.
Well,
Then you just wanted validation. So,
yeah.
you just,
You
but
want
yeah, you're right.
validation? Put
Like
it up on the internet.
people, yeah, it's. I agree with you though. Like I see where you're coming from. I really, really do. I've seen a lot of
I
it. So
think that if we had a little bit of more self-awareness, and because also this is like a cycle that one of those bands, if they start playing live and people will see, and then they'll say, I already listened to them, because this is, let me see if I can try to explain what I'm saying. You have one chance to show people that you're worth it
First
or not.
impressions. First
Yeah,
impressions
first
always
impression.
last.
Even if you got better on the second, on the third attempt, I'm pretty sure that you will not be able to get all the people that listen to it the first time to listen the second and the third,
yeah,
because you will listen and you say, ah, shit, I already listened to those guys. So the
yes,
first
Yeah.
impression
exactly.
is something that really counts. Okay, And I think that if we had a little bit of more self-awareness of what we are doing, and man, honestly, I see stuff, bands on stage that musically it's zero. It's just
Yeah.
riffs and fucking squeal pigs to the mic and people dressing up and fucking party cannons all over. And I don't see any fun of it. I look at that and people will say, ah, but it's fun to see and this and this. And I look and I see, sorry, but
It
it's
depends.
it's it's
Mm,
not it's not it's not
It
something that I would pay
depends.
to see.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, but
no,
it
that's fair
depends. It
enough.
depends on the context. On the context,
Yeah,
it
for sure.
depends.
It's like if you turn around and go Electric Callboy, which is all
Yeah,
like theatrics and funny stuff and party poppers and big
Mm.
lights and
but
stuff
they
like
have
that.
but they
It's
have
their
but
vibe. It works into what they're doing.
they have at least something in the background. You can still listen to a little bit of
Yeah.
fucking melodic songs.
Yeah.
You can have, but there are stuff that doesn't even it's there, it's
Mm.
not there. It's just
Style is
like
style is fine as long as it's backed up by substance. And if they don't
Mm.
have substance, if it's
yeah,
just style, it's no good.
Yeah.
it's like a
Those are the bands
fucking
that last
love song.
Mm.
those are the bands that last 6 months and they have a big fight and they're not talking anymore and blah blah blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. All right. So that was a good three. That was a good
That was a
three.
Okay.
All
solid
right.
three.
All right. You're up, mate. You're up.
And Rick, come on, let's go. I feel like they go. I love those diabolical laughs.
No, the first of all that I'm remembering right now, it's becoming to be a serious one because some venues around the world are starting to to keep a fee from merchandise that is sold in the
Sold.
concert.
Mm.
10%
Yeah.
Sold in
merch
the yeah.
charge. You
Merch
guys get
cut.
that over there too?
Some,
Fortunately, in
some.
Portugal, not really much, but yeah, some of them ask
Mm.
for it because yeah, they have to put someone selling the things and yeah, okay. But I would put that on the bin because and it's a way of financing all the stuff that we do. Sell merchandise. It's
Mm.
very important for a band nowadays. It helps. So
Well, we're not making
yeah,
money off fucking album sales. You'll stream it for free.
Mm.
yeah,
Exactly. Exactly. Nope, that's a good one.
yeah.
We've had that one come up before, definitely. So it's
We have the same problem in
yeah,
Australia.
it's been an issue over here as well. So it's I hate to see it, but hopefully, if enough people stand up to it, it'll go
Yeah.
away.
And another one, for example, let me, if here in Portugal, we have a so-called scene underground, a Portuguese underground. This is very beautiful to appear in huge letters somewhere, but in the end of the day, it's not what it really should be, because it should be a movement when all the bands should be together for just one purpose to help each other to organize shows around the country and who knows to try to organize some movement that we could export all over the world. But instead of that, our Portuguese underground it's starting to be divided in some groups.
Mm.
So I would put that on the bin. I would go back to the magic of having all of us united,
Yeah.
which doesn't happen
Yeah.
nowadays. There are some bands that are really friend of ours. We have in general good communication with other bands, but there are some other ones that yeah, it's we are divided. We are not.
Yeah.
We are not together.
I
We
get
are
what I
divided.
get what
So
you mean. I get what you mean.
I would
There
put that
was
on being another
That's
thing.
there
great. It's
was
the exact same shit.
yeah, we had the same. We have had
Yeah,
this exact same issues over here, man. Like I get you completely. And
yeah,
it seems to be at the moment sort of coming around a bit down here, and bands
yeah,
seem to be sort of working together a lot more, being, more cohesive, helping each other out a lot more. And if people sort of start to act up in that at the moment, those particular bands that are acting up are sort of getting, not like
Outcasted.
they're not pushed out, but that people are kind of going, we're just not going to deal with your silliness, and do that. But hopefully it comes back around for you guys and things start sort of working together again, because that's when everyone's trying to help each other and support each other, that strengthens it, and that makes it better for everybody, and it raises the profile, and it allows for more young bands to come up and come into a positive environment, and it just encourages everything. When it's fractured and when everyone's like, when there's like little groups here and there and everyone's sort of like at each other's throats, it's not healthy for the scene, and it really does cause
Can you
damage.
imagine being a new band walking into the shit show that can possibly happen? It's just like, I want no part of this.
And it discourages new bands. It discourages the fans. It's
toxic.
It's not good for anybody. So, okay, cool. And what's your what's your last one there? I think you're muted there. Sorry.
You mean it?
Sorry, my
No,
last
you're
one. I think it would be a little bit more philosophical one. If I could, you told about superpowers. So if I could have superpowers, I will try to change people's mind, to open it a little bit more. So what we were talking about a few minutes ago, to open people's mind, to hear new things, to discover new songs, to discover new bands, and not keep themselves in the same thing, in the same old songs, in that nostalgic way that people like to do, to get out of the comfort zone, listen new things, and give opportunity to other bands and discover it.
I think that's the biggest problem with a lot of people in general. Like, we're always trying to look for that moment in time of when we felt that good, and that's why we hold on to music and art and things so much.
Yeah.
But if people actually this is only something I've learned, since going on this journey of doing the podcast and stuff like that. If you do actually step out of your space and have a look at what's actually going on around you, you will find something brand new and fresh that will give you that same feeling. Because music, there's only so many notes on a guitar. There's only so many chords that can be played. It'll all circle back around, and it'll give you that same feeling, but at a different time. And people just need to look for that a bit more. And instead of worrying about what was going on back then, try and get that same feeling out of something fresh.
I mean, since starting the podcast, we've been doing this podcast and the YouTube channel for like 2.5 years, and we have found like we've come across hundreds of new bands, literally hundreds of new bands.
I've listened
that we can
to
listen
more
to
music in
and
the last 3 years than what I've listened to in the last 18.
Yeah,
because I got stagnant when I turned 18.
Yeah. So that's a great one. That's really, really cool. That's awesome. So, all right. Well, that brings us to the end of the quick question. Not the quick question quarter. That brings us to the end of Get in the bin for another week. Thank you once again to all against for joining us. Like, you guys are amazing. It's so good to talk to you guys. I feel like despite being on opposite sides of the planet, we've got so many similar experiences, and the scenes have somehow this like synergy between them, and we just gone through a lot of the same experiences there with that. So yeah, look, again, we're gonna have all the links to their stuff down in the description there. Make sure you go and check them out. We got the reaction video that we did not long ago to Nepotism as well. Go and give that one a spin, and keep an eye out for the new album coming in early 2025. I have been the Reverend Rav. He has been the beer buddy Kyle. You guys have been amazing for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time. Stay cool.
Peace.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We really hope you had a good time. If you did, please consider hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell down there. It helps the channel grow. We are still a fairly young channel, and we like to try and grow our audience all over the world. We do also, for those of you who are interested, have a Patreon. It's just a couple of bucks a month. At the moment, you get all the videos early and ad-free, but we are working on ways to increase the value of that and make it a bit more enticing. So don't forget to keep an eye out and check back on what's going on over there. Other than that, thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day.